Why not?
Because he was like the king and he wanted to
Exactly. Again, in monarchies and people who have kings and queens, usually the gimmick is that God or some sort of natural being gave them power to be king or queen. Again, why that happened, I can't explain why. It was good. To me, it's a good excuse to have people see each other. So again, here's a nice little picture here of the founding fathers, Ben Franklin and Big Thomas Jefferson here. They're working on the Constitution. All right. Remember this guy? Who's this guy? Anyone remember his name? You think it's George Washington? That's not right.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, exactly. He's that buddy that we've been talking about for a while. So who can read the quote? Who can read the quote by Thomas Jefferson? You can read on your computer too. It's not easier.
Free people claim the right from the laws of nature and not as a gift from the government.
Exactly. So it kind of plays along with that idea, right? So off that quote, do you think Thomas Jefferson was a fan of inalienable rights?
No.
Or did he not like it?
He did not like it.
He didn't like it?
No, he liked it.
Wait, he liked it?
Wait, what?
What? Which one? What do you think? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Do you think, off this quote, do you think Thomas Jefferson liked inalienable rights? Did it? Raise your hand if you think no. Raise your hand if you think no. All right. Cool. Raise your hand if you think yes, he was a fan of inalienable rights. All right, now raise your hands if you're not paying attention. All right, cool. So,
Wasn't he the same guy who said a little rebellion's a good thing?
what do you say about Shakespeare's Rebellion? Do you remember? Okay, Jennifer.
What?
Okay. Let's have Deanna help Jennifer. What did he say? Remember Shakespeare's Rebellion? We read those 3 letters. He said some things about people's rights. What was he saying?
He said that the rebellion was good because it would show the government how to make better decisions.
Exactly, right. So, off that thinking, do you think he was a fan of people having rights, or was he a fan of people not having rights?
People have
Exactly. Not having, you sure?
Having.
Having, there we go, exactly. So off that, so he wasn't the only one that thought this, that people should have these rights, right? There were 2 sides, you don't have to worry about this too much. There were Federalists and Anti-Federalists, really creative name, right? The Federalists, they didn't think that these inalienable rights needed to be in the Constitution, right? Again, remember this Constitution we learned about? We learned about the 3 branches of government. Can someone quickly remind me what were the 3 branches of government? Just yell it out loud.
Congress.
Okay, bad idea. One at a time. Name one, Melissa. Judicial, that's one. Name another one. Nope, no problem. Next to you, name another one. Congress, legislative. And what's the other one? Last one. Begins with an E. Begins with an E. Exactly. So, our Constitution talks about all the things the government can do. Who does what, who's in charge, who makes the laws. But then we talk about what the people can do. What are the rights of the people? Think about exactly. But like, remember those inalienable rights? They didn't really mention that in the Constitution yet. So like, if I'm a person that's not the governor, not the president, not in Congress, what can I do? I have no idea. So that's the argument between the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. Federalists thought that they didn't need it to be in the Constitution. Anti-Federalists thought it needed to be in the Constitution, right? But there were 2 sides. One party was led by Thomas Jefferson. The other side was led by Alexander Hamilton from the play Hamilton, right? Here's a pop quiz. Off that alone, knowing who Thomas Jefferson is, right? Do you think he was a Federalist or an Anti-Federalist? Why is that? Why is that?
Because he didn't like it.
There, that's it. That wasn't that hard, guys. Just say your answers. Alright. So here's a picture of how Anti-Federalists and Federalists, again, I think historically the Federalists were kind of like the rich people, and the Anti-Federalists were the poor people, the farmers, right? So who do you think needs to be more concerned about their rights? A poor farmer or a really rich banker from the university?
Poor farmer.
Exactly. Because these guys, they probably have influence. They have all the money, they know what they're doing, or they know.
I always, Mr. Fong, I always look at that painting. You think anyone's ever going to give that lady a hard time with her rights?
No.
But that farmer, is it possible he might be pushed around by the government? Of course.